Alright guys, this is a very exciting video. This is one of my favorite horror franchises. So without further ado, let's just get right into this fucking video. We're going to be ranking every single Saw movie today. And I honestly can't wait. So I got my list here. So I'm going to be numbering them off. You listen, that's all. Remember to subscribe and share. And yeah, let's get this started. Coming in dead last without a fucking question is Saw 5. I don't understand why people like this movie. Honestly, it's so boring and bland. It just, the franchise already has repeated itself kind of. Let's be honest. The first 4 Saw movies are basically the same fucking movie, but with something else going on in the movie. But Saw 5, I just feel like is bland, boring. It's nothing new. It's the traps are, I guess, are okay. The only thing that's good about this movie is the smart decision that, and the lead guy, the detective, is fucking awesome, which wasted at the end of the movie. There's a scene where he's in the tub. Now I gotta say that is a pretty iconic scene in the Saw movies, but he puts this, he's supposed to die in that trap because Hoffman put him in the trap, but he's in this box and he literally takes a pen, stabs his throat so he can breathe air. Dude, that is fucking genius. I would have never thought of that in that trap. Like, I would have just, okay, I'm dying. But this motherfucker is a G, and he went out like a G. Hoffman's annoying in this movie, like he always is. I don't like Hoffman at all, really, not that much. But this movie just, it brings nothing. It's boring. I have only watched it twice. I don't even want to watch it a third time because it's just, I can't get myself into the story. It's just so fucking boring. Coming in at number 9. Now, I do like this movie. It's dumb fun, okay? But it's Saw 7. Okay, let's be honest, there are so many Saw movies that are better than this. I am a defender of this movie, though. I actually do enjoy it. It's like dumb fun. Yes, it ruins the legacy of 6 Saw movies. But, like, come on. They have fucking Chester Bennington, rest in peace, in this movie. Perfect. The Saw traps are actually gruesome, and I felt intensity with these traps, like the one where they're pulling out. It's just crazy. I'd say Bobby Dagen's also kind of a standout, but you also hate him. He's like one of the worst leads, for sure. That goes to Jeff from Saw 3. I take that back. I don't think anybody's gonna beat him, but I really don't enjoy the effects, the twist of the movie. Like, please tell me why this movie had the most money out of every single Saw movie, and it looks like they just paid it for 3D. They just bought 3D shit and just fucking tampered with it, and it's just, the movie looks terrible. It looks awful. It is the worst effects out of any Saw movie, in my opinion. It's pretty fucking bad, honestly. Like, and then the twist. Why do you gotta ruin a character like that? Like, I didn't see it coming. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people did. I didn't see it coming. It also ruined 6 movies for me. That's my main issue, is the twist. It ends up being that the Jigsaw Apprentice, it just complicates the story a lot more. And for it to be the final chapter, it's just like, it's a ruined legacy in my opinion, because the character from the first movie who cuts off his foot is literally the bad guy in here. Like, it ruins his legacy and ruins this character's legacy, and it's just, in my opinion, he doesn't work as a Jigsaw Apprentice. So people did speculate from Saw 2 about the guy in the window with the eye chain or whatever. Is like, I don't know, because he was on the TV screen. this Jigsaw apprentice was like limping, so they assumed it was obviously him, which I didn't catch on to that. Like I said, I didn't see the twist coming, but when I saw that, I think the first time I ever reacted to it, I literally paused the movie, and I had to process that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I didn't see it coming, right? But it complicated things, made the storyline more just convoluted. It was just a mess. But it was not the final chapter, unfortunately. So, coming in at number 8, this is my dad's least favorite. But Saw 3. I was going to put this originally higher, but I do think the next one is a little bit better. The reason why this is low is just because of Jeff. He is one of the most frustrating characters out of the Saw franchise. And hoo-wee, in Saw 5, holy fuck, I'm glad honestly, he's one of the characters, I'm going to hell for saying this, but like, I'm glad he fucking died. I'm just glad. This character is so fucking stupid. I don't want to like just like spend this whole review on this movie just like, I don't know. I don't feel like he needs to be in a Saw trap either. The reason why Jigsaw tests him is because he witnessed his son in a car accident die. And apparently he got neglectful with his parents. Yeah, he's gonna be like that. He's broken. He's a broken guy. I feel for Jeff. However, every time he's on screen, every time he makes a decision, oh, I'm just gonna sit here halfway through the trap. Last second, oh, I'm gonna go help this person. Like, you're not making me feel for you, dude. Like, I understand you lost your kid, but fuck, you're just like, I don't know. He's a very frustrating character, and that is the main thing about this movie. The actor does great. He's fine. There was actually a scene that kind of got me a little teary-eyed. I'm not going to lie. And that was when the pig slop or whatever starts going on that judge or whatever, the one who witnessed him in court, and he had to literally burn the animals for the key. Like, that was kind of heart-wrenching. You got to admit it. And I actually felt for him there. But then the next scene, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna wait, like, I don't know, 2 fucking minutes, and then last 30 seconds I'm gonna help this guy. It's like, come on. Hurry the fuck up. Oh my god, he's so frustrating. And Amanda Young is also another frustrating character. And she's so bitchy towards the one lady, like, lady, Amanda. This lady is trying her hardest to keep Jigsaw alive. You want to kill her so bad, you're going to kill Jigsaw. And that is the main thing. Also, why this is so low. They kill off Jigsaw. Boy, that is the dumbest decision they have ever did. And I just got to leave it at that. Dumbest decision. Great job. I was being sarcastic. Next is, Saw 4. Now I hear it already. Yeah. I hear it. I know. I put this above Saw 3. Look, listen to me. I like the main character. I think his name's Detective Rigg. He is a little frustrating sometimes in this specific movie. I like the story in here. It kind of feels new because there's a new killer behind it, I feel like. But I like the traps in here. They're fucking brutal. I mean, this guy gets, like, ripped. And I feel like every single person in this movie deserves their Saw trap. Only one I do not feel like deserves their Saw trap is Rigg himself. Here's the issue with this movie. He's getting tested because Jigsaw is trying to prove to him that he cannot save everyone. Like, what kind of dumb reason is that? That's just like... That's honestly one of the dumbest... Like, what's your motive on trying to test this guy? And in the process of that, he's trying to save Detective Matthews, which is my all-time favorite Saw character, other than Ezekiel Banks from Spiral. I think Detective Matthews is one of my favorite characters. And boy, you can't tell. In Saw 2, he survived that. He survived Saw 3. And it's revealed he survived Saw 4. So I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a fucking survivor. He's gonna go through all these movies. He's just gonna be doing it. And when I first saw the ending, I actually didn't watch the rest of the movie until like a couple weeks later because I was so pissed. Dude went down like a bitch. 2 ice blocks like come in and smash his head. And when my reaction was like, like I was speechless, guys. I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. I was just like, are you kidding me? I actually I was watching on my school Chromebook. Yeah. I'm not telling you how I did it, but I literally smashed my Chromebook, and I'm like, son of a bitch, are you kidding? I was so pissed. I was so mad. I think the intensity for this movie is there as well. I also think this is a very well-paced movie. It's kind of fast-paced, but it also gets to the point right away, I feel like, so. And in my opinion, it's just overall a better movie than Saw 3, just because of its characters, and its cast, and its traps, so. Coming in next is Saw 6. Now this is only above Saw 4 only because I feel like it has more iconic traps. The merry-go-round trap, that's iconic as shit. I'm not gonna lie though, the only problem I have with this movie is the main character. He's so boring. When he died, I didn't really feel anything. And I also didn't understand why he got tested, because I don't know. He did something with Jigsaw, pissed him off because he didn't give him the right cancer treatment. That's just like, he's not gonna give you the treatment. Just try to find something else. Like, I get it, it's devastating, but I don't know. This movie's also the best, well-paced Saw movie out of the first 6 movies. Also, this movie saved the franchise 100%. Then they screwed it up with Saw 7, but imagine if like this was one of the last Saw movies. I'd be honestly okay with it. This movie is a very strong Saw movie, and that's why I have it above Saw 6 or Saw 4. Coming in next is Jigsaw from 2017. Now, when I saw this trailer, I'm like, okay, regular Saw, but just with like 2000 technology. So I was like, okay, shit, that's gonna be cool. I also heard people say like, oh, it's gonna be like a spin-off. And they did not do well on that. It's basically a fucking Saw movie. Like a spin-off, like what are they doing? This takes place also between like Saw 1 and 3, I think. That's why John Kramer returned for this role, and Tobin Bell. Holy shit. All that, man. Holy fuck. If you're watching this right now, which you're not, I know it. You are such a talented actor, and you do Jigsaw so well. Honestly, round of applause. Fucking A, man. All my respect to you. Back to what I was saying, but like, it's just, this movie's another strong Saw movie. My problem with it is just the ending. The ending ruined basically the whole movie with me. Another Jigsaw apprentice, had to learn about it. I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all. He's such an ass. Thinks he's great. I didn't like that twist at all. And it was fucking obvious. Actually, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. This is the first Saw movie where I actually saw the killer coming. Like, I knew who it was gonna be. The first part was just a dead giveaway. When they're shooting that one guy and there's that extra shot, I'm like, okay, somebody wanted to obviously shoot him for some odd reason. And then when this guy is like with the bullets, I'm like, I bet if he later on he's gonna trade in the bullets, and I bet he's gonna be that's ended up happening. And I'm like, well, that just ruins the fun out of it, you know? Yes, this is a very intense Saw movie, and also another cool thing about this movie is I didn't like for the people. When you look at these people, you're like, oh, this person's gonna die, this person's gonna survive. The deaths are unexpected in here. Like, I did not expect that one guy who literally got his foot cut off to be the last person. Like, I thought he was gonna die at least middle of the games, but like, yeah. A thing I did not realize, that I did know that he was the killer, however, I did not see the twist coming that this actually took like 10 years earlier. Sorry, a year earlier. Or I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a twist in this movie, but whatever. But coming into next. Now, a lot of you guys are just gonna disagree with me here. Spiral. I have Spiral here. I have no fucking idea why people just were disappointed with this film. Holy shit. I saw this in theaters and IMAX, and boy, was it an experience. And I don't know if that's why I like it more than other people, but Chris Rock, man, he brought something to this franchise. Yeah, it's also another attempt to make a spin-off, but even though it's basically like a Saw movie, it does feel unique. It does feel different. Even though it has that same repetitiveness, I do feel like little bits and stuff just feel different. You can feel like it's a copycat killer. And that just sells it right there. There's a new puppet, which I love, Mr. Snuggle. He's really cool. Shit, what was I gonna say? Just everything just in this movie just feels a little different. Also, I really like the take on the villain's motive in here. Now, the villain is, I can't remember his name, but it was Ezekiel Banks' partner, which I didn't actually see coming. A lot of people did. And now when I watch this movie, every time I feel so fucking stupid because literally it is obvious. It's pretty fucking obvious, and I can't believe I didn't get it. So I'll be honest with you guys, I'm pretty stupid for that. His motive is really good, actually. Like, there's corrupt cops out there, and yeah, do they deserve like getting their fucking tongue ripped off? And like, no, absolutely not. But like, there's corrupt cops, and this movie just brings awareness to that. And I really like that. That's something different with this movie. The way this movie is shot, pitch perfect. Like, this movie shot really well. Chris Rock sells it. Samuel L. Jackson's a standout. Like, every single person in this movie was a likable character. Literally. Except for the guy with his finger. He was a dickhead. Other than him, but he was meant to be. Apparently there was a deleted scene with one of the characters where he would get his face ripped off. Apparently it was too graphic. Why didn't they add that in the fucking movie? Why? Now, as far as how the twist goes in this movie, it's alright. I mean, it's not the strongest twist, because it is, now looking back at it, it was pretty obvious who the killer was, but like, yeah, I guess it's alright. But the ending, it just set up more for this world. And honestly, I'd be completely okay with them making a little franchise off of this. Like, at least 3 Spiral movies. Come on, give me it. Lionsgate, please. I think that's who they directs it. Okay, now we're going into the top 3. My top 3rd favorite Saw movie. These were the hardest to rank. Honestly, these were the hardest to rank. Saw is my 3rd favorite. This was originally gonna be number 4. But I watched this movie recently. And I felt something different. I felt like I was a kid watching this movie again. Goosebumps, chills at the end. And when he said game over, that did it for me. I'm like, okay, this is one of the best Saw movies, and I feel like it deserves a place here. This started it all. The performances in here are top notch. The acting is great. Honestly, it's so fucking intense, this movie. And for people who are just introduced into the franchise, they are not going to see what's coming at the end. And boy, When I first saw this movie for the first time, I was genuinely shocked. And I feel like when I watched it recently, I hit that same nostalgia. And when the Hello Zepp music came in, I'm like, shit's about to go down. And fucking A, man. The performance, top notch. It's everyone. I would have loved to be in this movie. This movie is spectacular, and it inspired a bunch of horror genres. Definitely, 100%. And this has to be, honestly, a 2000s classic. This movie hits me again. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because usually when I look back at this movie, I'm like, okay, I want to kind of skip out it because it does take a lot to get into the story, but it pays off at the end. It really does. And it introduced you into Saw. So it's in my third place, but okay. In my second place, this was the hardest choice. This was the hardest choice ever. I think these are tied for me. But if I had to say one I'd prefer to watch, it would be the first one. But Saw 2 is my second favorite. This was always my favorite until its predecessor beat it. But this movie is just fucking fun. Holy shit. The twist at the end, you can't see coming. It also, I feel like it's just unique. Just like the first one. Like, you didn't see that twist coming. And it just brings something new to it. Detective Matthews' head role, and that's, like, awesome. You could feel the emotion between, like, him and his son, and, like, him beating the shit out of John Kramer. Like, I felt every punch that man was punching. But the reveal that this whole thing took, like, a place a day beforehand is, like shocking. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, this movie is so good. It's well paced. The characters, like, you're kind of rooting for some of them, and then they die. And, like, the house setting, they're trapped in this house. Perfect. Oh my god. It is such a good setting. Like, the needle pit, iconic. Everything. Amanda being revealed as the killer. I was mixed about it, but whatever. I really like this movie. I gotta say, it is better than the first, only because it's just better paced, and it's just the setting of it. It takes a lot faster to get into the characters I like more probably than the first one. But yeah, the twist of this movie just did it for me, man. I did not expect. I had a lot of fun with this movie. But you guys know what my first is. And my first is Saw X. This was so difficult. But I recently watched this movie again. And I felt different even when I watched it in theaters. When I came out of the theaters, I was literally stuttering my words and I was just speechless. I felt a Saw movie again. Because I felt like some of them were just getting repetitive. With Spiral, I was okay with it, but with Jigsaw, it's just kind of repetitive, you know? Just kind of get sick of it after a while. My hope for the franchise wasn't all gone, but it was just like, okay, yeah, another Saw movie. Is it good? Bad? I don't know. You just gotta judge it, you know? But when I saw Saw X, I was surprised, at the least, because they fucking did it. They fucking did it. I couldn't believe that this ended up being a good movie. Like, trailer, I watched the trailer. I was mixed on it. I did a reaction. I was mixed on it at first. And then I made a video because I rewatched it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm up for it. But I just had that slight voice in my head just saying, this movie's going to be shit and you're going to be disappointed. But fucking, hey. No. This movie here is what the franchises needed. 100%. Actual emotion. John Kramer in the lead role. The impact that this character has brought to the franchise was so important. And for them to kill him off in the third movie was so dumb. This movie takes place between Saw 1 and 2. It's perfect. It's a perfect story. It's kind of a prequel, but also a sequel, but boy, they pulled it off, and I don't know how, because when I'm watching these movies, I know that John Kramer is a sick, fucked up man. He's putting these people in traps, and he says, "Oh, I never kill my victims." Who sets them in the fucking traps then? What? I genuinely felt for Jigsaw in this movie. I was rooting for him. And I don't know how he pulls it off. It's just Tobin Bell's acting in here is just like, you feel for this man. And these fucked up characters scammed him and like took the thing he said in the movie. They took hope from him. And you're telling me right now, there was one scene where literally he was drawing saw traps. He took that piece of paper, crinkled it up because he had hope. You're telling me if they actually cured him, none of these movies would have happened. The emotion this movie has is absolutely it. I didn't even know I needed that in this franchise. The characters, even though they're dickheads, you're also rooting for them. Now, even though this is a very tame Saw movie, as in like with the kills, and there's not much kills, there's a lot of traps though. They're fucking brutal. Trust me. Like, I'm surprised the MPA approved this nowadays. 'Cause back in the day, they could go all out with gore and shit like that. Nowadays, they're kind of limited. But fuck, I was genuinely shocked when that lady started like cutting her leg off, clean off, and then like it cuts off her head and it shows everything. And I'm like, oh my god, wow. I don't think I've ever felt intense in a theater and for a Saw movie as I did with this one. And when I heard it was in a Mexico setting, I was just like, what the fuck are they doing? But it's basically not really a Mexico setting movie. It's in Mexico, but it's like in this room. I don't know. And the ending. Let's just talk about the ending. Like, it's a prequel. You know what's going to happen. But you're so sucked into the story, you forget that that's the thing. And if a movie can do that to its own franchise and make you feel impact and emotion for a prequel, like, that's fucking amazing. Like, I look at all these movies now and I see John Kramer from a different perspective. And that's why this movie has had the most impact on me out of all these Saw movies. And like I said, I am shocked because horror movies nowadays, let's face the facts, they fucking suck. They either hit or miss. But this movie was amazing. And it scored fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I'm speechless about this movie. This movie is absolutely amazing. And boy, the ending. Seeing Jigsaw in his own trap. Like, I knew what was going to happen. Like, he was obviously going to survive because he saw 3, but like, I felt intense because that kid was in that trap. And oh my god, like, you literally feel like they're going to get away. But then the lady pulls the fucking bag and dude, I got like claps when the Hello Zep theme started coming in. And I literally, I think I had a hat on in the theater. I stood up in the theater, I threw my hat down and I was cheering. Oh my god. Holy shit. Just hearing that theme again was so... It gave me goosebumps, chills, and everything. And this, honestly, is the best Saw movie in my opinion. People might disagree. I'm not going to lie to you. This was going to be my second. But seeing it again just changed my perspective on this whole franchise as a whole. This is what the franchise needed. This is a fucking amazing movie. And yeah, so if you guys like this movie, comment your list also. Comment your favorite Saw movies. Rank them for me. Appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on other social media, I have Instagram, I have TikTok, and links are in the description. So yeah, I'm starting to do that now every video. So if you guys want to do it, it's there. So yeah, all right. That's my Saw ranking. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace out.